We'll click this record button. I'll say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
Hello. How you doing?
I'm well. I'm doing quite well. Tam, huh?
Yeah, I know. It's a character, kind of an obscure character in MHA. I really wanted to try to make work.
Yeah. Let me see if I can. You give me the pitch, and I'm gonna put Mirio up on screen.
Yeah. So I had a question when I was thinking of this pitch. Are we a pro or anti Showdown stream?
I don't mind Showdown. I think Showdown's cool.
Okay. Well, I hate Showdown with a burning passion.
Okay.
And I never want to lose a game because I get Showdown turn 2. It is gonna make me so mad. And so I was like, well, what is a character who gets to just ignore Showdown whenever it might be a problem? And then I saw Mirio.
Yeah.
And like, there were characters that could already kind of do this. Sarah 1 was probably the best example of doing a similar gimmick. I like the resizing. But Sarah 1 was obviously the same one. But Sarah 1 had a problem where, like, you had to win with purely stats.
Yeah.
Like, because he doesn't put any damage. Mirio gets to put damage, as well as having a decent defensive ability with his second enhance. Of course, he has one restriction, which is your punch or slam attack gets +2, or it has to be a punch or slam attack. Which, for 2 of the 3 symbols is an actual problem. For 1 of the 3 symbols, you're only playing punches anyways. So, you might as well. And so we are just playing good punch. We're never going to lose to Showdown. We're going to get to solve one of the few problems the punch package has. The reason I like Mirio so much, one of the punch package's most relevant problems is a lot of its good attacks, no pun intended, are mids. Hardened jab's a mid, haymaker's a mid, valiant's a mid, reverse throw's a mid. So everything can be partial blocked in the matchup. Here we get to make things low, so we solve the number one problem with these. And if our opponent starts to hold low, we can always pivot them to high if we want to. That's the kind of principle behind the deck.
Makes sense to me.
If you're asking what I'm trying to accomplish with this, I had 2 things I was kind of needing to accomplish. One, good punch has a problem, and it's a good problem to have. Normally when I'm building a deck, I can get the first 12 to 14 attacks really easily, but then hitting to 16 or 20, I'm like, okay, what's like my 5th best attack that isn't that great, but I want to fill out my ratios? Good punch has so many attacks that are viable in the lineup. Like Hardened Chop, for example, I'm not even running currently, and like Hardened Chop's normally a crazy card. And so I kind of need help figuring out, okay, what are the good punches that cut? Because there are so many good punches we could be running right now. And then as well as like, what foundations am I missing from like sets 3 and 4? Because I have less experience with sets 3 and 4 than I do 1 and 2. Sure. Like I know 1 with nature is crazy. Male bonding seems solid, and then I think I run like You're Finished, and that's like those are like the only set 3 or 4s. I guess I run Cheerleader. Those are the only set 3 or 4 foundations I'm running. I certainly think there are probably some I'm missing here. So kind of going over what I could be doing to solve those problems. That's really what I'm trying to accomplish.
Yeah, I think that is all acceptable. I think that's all good.
I know you're really excited for a fun and engaging deck strategy.
I think that Mirio, and let's not get it twisted, is fucked up good. I think this guy is correct. I think this guy is incredible. +2 speed, change the zone once per turn, negate an attack is
+2 damage, not +2 speed.
What did I say? Speed?
You said speed.
I meant damage. Yeah. Correct. Not fair.
Yes.
Insanely good.
The only reason I think Mirio might have a problem is if like the format becomes super turn 2 heavy, because like he won't have a momentum at the beginning. Good doesn't have a really great way to cheat momentum if the opponent doesn't have momentum, because you're only at least that I can think of off the top of my head, you're only really good cheating turn 1 momentum. Well, maybe that's why you run the 3 diff. Pull no punches, because then you could block with a punch, stuff it in momentum, and then potentially be able to avoid turn 2s. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
You're good.
But that is my only would-be concern right now is like, hey, could he get turn 2 before he has a chance to generate momentum? I think when he gets momentum, he gets to play this super good game.
I agree. Let's do those. Okay, we can talk about it now. All right, so this is this is everything I got. Attacking wise, we got Smashing Nomu. It's a 4 low for 5 with stun 2. It's just like back alley. Feels incredible.
It's stun 1, not stun 2, right?
It is stun 2. Enhances this attack, deals damage, rival commits to foundation.
So if they don't block it, it ends up being a second stun. If they block it, they have to commit while blocking. Okay.
Correct. And so that feels very good. The other answer, the other one is, I have to go find it again. Because this card is not very fair, you've got Wind Up Punch, which is a if they have 8 foundations, is a 4 mid for 7, 4 mid for 9 with stun 2, as long as you've got a 1 with nature. So it's no longer 4 mid, it's 6 mid for 9 that you change the zone on. Also has powerful, so if they put their hand down, you just kill them.
And we make it a low with powerful, so
seems pretty okay. And the last one is just plus Ultra Smash. I think this is like a really cool one of, if you have less foundations in your rival, unflip one. So that's unflip Destined, it's unflip Male Bonding, it's unflip Celebrity Status, it's unflip New Training Method, it's unflip the one of nature that they flipped. And it also says that if this is your turn 2, whether it gets blocked or not, you just slam it in your momentum. Feels pretty good.
I think those are all neat. It's more of what is less good in our deck where we can justify cutting it.
I think the answer is Final Smash. I think Final Smash doesn't need to be a 4 of in your deck. I think playing it at a 2 of is totally fine, because it's just the 2 extra copies of whatever attack you want, and it's a 5 for 8. But it being a 6 diff means that like seeing 1 to 2 of it on turn 2 does not feel good.
I agree with that a lot.
Yeah. I would cut this down to the 2 of, and then my personal opinion would be either Smashing Nomu or Wind Up Punch, depending. This is a 5 diff, becomes a 4 diff at 8, and then this is just always a 4 diff. It is a decent enough opener, but it clashes as an opener with Back Alley, and this already starts as a low. You don't have to change the zone with Mirio.
Yeah, it's optional.
I showed everybody Tam, but you don't have to change the zone. And like the one thing about Smashing Nomu is it is a very weak attack, but a 4 low for 5 with stun 1, possibly stun 2 is incredible. It's very good. And so it really just depends on like, do you like this card? Do you like this card? Both have the same low block.
I'm partial to Wind Up Punch for a different reason. I mean, I agree with everything you've also said, but we only have 1 momentum out in the deck, and that's Haymaker.
Sure.
And we don't really have a kill you momentum out, so I think I lean Wind Up Punch.
Makes sense to me. Foundation wise, Determined beats 1 in nature, and that card will never be banned ever. It's not possible. They can't do it. They've made a blood pact with the devil. Jasco Games cannot ban 1 in nature.
Am I hearing someone a little salty about the last ban list?
No, I'm incredibly salty. What do you mean a little? I think the last ban list was dog shit. Lost in Thought. Insane that people are still not playing this card at a 3, if not 4 of. This card is nuts.
That was a card, as I was looking at this deck like 20 minutes ago, I was like, oh, I forgot Lost in Thought, didn't I? Because I do try to run at least 2 of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a 2/4, it's a +3 high, like, those parts aren't fantastic. But the part that feels really good is that, like, good is struggling for good, like, foundation answers.
It beats this card. It says that 1 of nature doesn't exist for a turn. It also says that whenever I open Hardened Jab and I build down a Texas Smash, I get to Lost in Thought, pick that, and then pick up my Texas Smash and then smash him in the face with it.
Sure, that makes a ton of sense to me.
To the Rescue is a slightly worse version of Lost in Thought because it can't be played on my opponent's turn. High value target counts as 2 foundations. Pull no punches. It needs to be a 4 of in your deck. It's insane this card's not a 4 of in your deck. What are you doing? This card needs to be a 4 of in your deck because it gets you a momentum. This card gets you momentum. It is a deadlock threat, and it says +2 speed when your character says +2 damage. So if they ever go to deadlock, all your moves get +2/+2. +2/+2 stun 1.
Pulling up Tam again.
That's insane. That's insane.
So I agree it needs to be in the deck. My only concern is there's a 4 of over like a 3 of would be like you don't want to see 2 of it turn 1.
Why not?
Because like, okay, you check play on a 3, play on a 4, you check a 3, you build 1.
Hold it in your hand because it's a 2 high block. You don't gotta press every button, man.
Here's what I'll tell you. I am guaranteed 3. When we get to where we're putting stuff in and taking stuff out, let me see what the 4th one's being swapped
I love
for.
that. I'm gonna put the 3 in. I got you. Bonds of Friendship. This card's just a good ass card.
It's a +1 high block,
-6
-3,
high block.
Check. We're running Final Smash for if we need to make it where it can check the 6. Sure.
Note taking. It is +2 speed when you need the speed. Beautiful 2 of. Capture Evildoers at a 2 of is insane, especially with pull no punches. You have Back Alley, Hardened Jab, Reverse Throw, Valiant Assault, Passing the Torch, Destined for Mainstream Success. All of these cards draw you attack cards. I want to play an attack, play an attack, pull no punches, play an attack, capture evildoers, play an attack, play an attack, play an attack. All of those were on 5s except for the last one, which was on a 6.
I
played 5 attacks. It's a 2 of.
I do hear what you're saying. I need to understand are we planning on increasing deck size or keeping it at 60?
I'm down to keep it at 60. This is a 2 of in your deck because your character needs to have momentum.
So are we cutting 2 attacks or are we cutting 2 foundations to plug into?
Probably 2 foundations.
Okay.
Because of how your deck works, this card lets you be Asui on a turn that you have a momentum.
Throw the 2 in for now. When we're talking about removing stuff, then I can better see what is being cut.
I'm down. Okay. If you absolutely want to, we could take this Capture Evildoers and we could cut 1 attack, and then see what happens. Probably a reverse throw. I think this card's gonna get cut out of your deck whenever you play the deck eventually, anyways.
I don't disagree with you. But let me see what there is. So seeing what's there now we're at 65 cards. If you were to cut 5 cards out of the deck immediately, what 5 get cut?
Celebrity Status, Resistance, 1 year finished, both cheerleaders, 4 new training method, 1 passing the torch, 1 self-sacrifice, 2 specialists of sound. Pick your 5.
Because we have other momentum outs now, especially with Wind Up Punch, I think you cut the 2 celebrity status.
Gone. You don't want to stack your momentum anyways. You're just gonna draw too many cards. This card is celebrity status that hits them for 8.
Yeah, that's what I agree with you there.
No shot. It's new training method. New training method sucks. That card is bad.
Cheerleader might be a spicy 1 of with the rest being in the sideboard.
I think you're cheerleader pilled. I think this card is not as good as you think it is.
I like it as a 1 of for my fun.
I think that your character does what cheerleader does, but better. Your character is cheerleader, right? Like this card says discard momentum, only take whatever. Your face says discard momentum, take 0. Don't have to worry about it anyways.
Take 1 out for now. I might come back and take the 2nd out. I need to be thinking through my other options.
I love it.
So we're down to, we've cut 3. We need to cut 2 more or 3 more if we want to put in the 4th pull no punches.
Mm-hmm.
What's my block stat zones at?
This number is too high. You need to cut some low blocks.
So of what we named, cut 1 specialist of sound, I think.
Mm-hmm. Do you say 2?
Because that dropped 1 specialist for now.
2 though? Or?
Again, I might come back and cut the 2nd, buddy.
So let me do the thing. Ready?
Yeah.
For this entire past format, I have been looking at what the best good lineup is. The good simple punch package. It's just all I've done. And so, like, 1 determined, 3 lost in thought, 4th in the thing, self-sack being a 3 of 2 high-value targets, 4 pull no punches, 4 bonds of friendships, 1 note-taking. My deck was at 66, but I was playing 22 attacks. We can make some small cuts here and there. I was also playing 4 plus ultra, and you're not. I've just, like, I've done... this is just what set 4 good simple punch looks like. This is just it.
I hear what you're saying. And one thing you mentioned immediately there that I agree with, cut one of the self-sacks for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason we run self-sack is like mainly so we don't deadlock ourselves.
Yeah.
And you need 1 to avoid deadlocking yourself, really. I hate to say it, cut the second cheerleader. I think it's a side deck card. I hate that you're right, but I think you're probably correct. Let's see here. Throw in 2 lost in thought for now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
We get rid of resistance?
We already have the It Can't Be Fixed, and what decks are prevalently using stun in the format right now?
Haymaker decks. Midoriya 3 is what Midoriya 3 is what you have to worry about. That's the most stun that's happening. 2 attacks is stun 6. So that resistance feels very good versus Deku 3. And that's it?
Not so great against everyone else. Yeah, cut it for now. It's a sideboard card at best.
Goodbye. Male Bonding's flex slot is note taking. So the question is do you care about building? Do you care about sneaking an attack through?
I think for a character that's changing zones,
mm-hmm.
I think I value having more foundations to commit
mm-hmm.
and focus on running them out of blocks or calling them on them having the wrong blocks and flooding zones.
Sure.
More than I do the speaks. I think that's how we're mainly sneaking attacks through.
I love it. Oh, hello, Male Bonding. We're at 61.
Also, Male Bonding has one of the funniest arts in the game.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
3,
you're finished. We don't need 4.
Sure. I have no disagreements there.
2 high value target.
Yep, that's chill. It also stops Evil Gaze from popping passing. I agree with that.
Stops it from popping 1 with nature.
1 with nature as well.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
4 bonds of friendship.
4?
Yeah, this card's nuts. This card says you don't have 28 health. You've got 31.
If they're running Fury.
This one's Fury. This one's Fury. Yellow Punch is Fury. You ready? What's a 3 damage Fury move? Instant Explosive Release. This card just says flip. Instant Explosive Release is only a momentum. That's all it is.
Sure. Put it in as 4 for now.
I'm in.
I'm not saying I'm going to stay 4.
I'm making your deck. We should cut this card. Sell me on new training method.
Okay, yeah. No, I disagree on cutting this card. It's a few-fold. It is early game. It is fantastic for, if we're a 6-hander, we draw a lot of gray. We get to build a lot of gray very comfortably and very safely, especially with us only running 7-0 diffs, right? It's really easy to draw hands that don't have a 0 diff in them. And building good in a string deck like this, I think, is important. Additionally, it can draw us a card when we need Texas Match to have an extra discard to kill, when we need 1 with nature to have an extra discard to kill. Being able to say, add a card to your hand, I think is valuable. Or, you want to tell you another thing, we check a 1 with nature,
mm-hmm.
and we want to have a 1 with nature.
2 of?
3 of. I can comfortably say 3 of.
Crazy.
I may go down to 2 of. At this point, I can comfortably
2 of,
say 3 of.
third lost in thought. Final offer.
Okay, this is a negotiation game now.
Yeah, it is.
Your
trading method sucks, guys. It's not a good card.
You're insane.
It's not a good card. Hey, I can show you a second place good deck that played 0 of it. So
one deck ran 0.
Suck my butt. Suck my butt.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot this argument.
Sorry, hold on. Looking at this contender vile seizing I have on my desk.
Hey, how's your Deku deck doing Kisame, by the way?
What?
Didn't you take it to Kisame as well?
Yeah, I took it to Kisame.
How did it do?
It lost to Jiro, Muscular, and Midnight. And I really feel if I would have built in some committed foundations that I would have really won those games for sure. Or if I would have committed an extra resource versus the 10 high for 7 or 10 high for 10 Dark Shadow Ruins in my last one. If I would have had one face down committed foundation, I wouldn't have lost that game. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Look. 3 for now. I may come back to 2. 3 for. Also, I kind of got to agree with is it Yotes or Yoltzmatsu?
Who knows?
Whatever it is, he can find multiple lists that run 4 of new trading. So
excuse me. Hey, go find me a couple. Go find me.
Wait, it's 3 words this entire time. It's
yes.
Yo, it's Matsu.
Go find me a good list that was playing 4 of it. Go find me a good list. I agree on the life symbol that it's a good card. This is not the life symbol. Tam does not have the life symbol. Go find me a list on the good symbol that was playing 4 new training method.
I should have expected it was my deck doc that it would go off the rails.
You came in here with a Tam character card. You came in here. Okay, we'll click this. We'll click this. What's going on here? This is your list. What tournament was this? Was this the what event was this? Top 16 OCE RLE. Only lost to Zach. Interesting.
Are you about to say that you went further? So...
What place did you get, if I could ask? If I could ask, what place did you get? 9th? Dang, that's impressive. That is impressive. Anyways, I don't think there's anything in your deck that is worth picking up sans One of Nature. And I don't think that it is.
Passing is worth picking up?
No, I want to cut passing down to a 2 of, man. I don't. Yes. Enhanced commit draw card is not very good when you are trying to play as many attacks in your hand as possible.
We are a 6-hander who doesn't draw on face.
Draw a card. Draw a card. Draw a card. How many passings do you want on the board? You want all 4?
Okay. But cut it down to a 2 of or a 3 of. Because 3 of I feel comfortable with.
Do. I was playing a character that said enhance discard my hand, and this card said draw 2 cards on it. I never wanted it at a 4 of. I had to play it at a 4 of because it's literally the Midoriya 1 tax, and you're not Midoriya 1. You're Tam.
I really hope if you upload this deck doc, you upload it as the Tam deck doc.
To be fair, Matsu, cool. This is a Mirio deck, and none of these cards are going to be the same whenever Mirio comes out. This is just so we can have fun.
It's so we can have fun, and I like to experiment with characters before they come out, because I'm a crazy person.
And the rotating set 1, so like none of this matters. You're gonna play. You're gonna play no passing the torches.
Tell you what,
this is the least professional deck doc I've ever done.
I noticed. It's just me being here. I think ruins all professionalism. I think cut passing to a 2 of. I'll accept for now.
I won? Holy shit. You know what? Hey, handshakes 2 passings, 3 new training method. I think that's the least I can do. You're at 61. I think you run it, man. I think you run it and like give it your best shot. The one thing that this deck is missing off of the Midoriya deck that I was playing is you don't have very many mids. And so like just like understand that your mid blocks are very precious. If you need to fix that, look at Determined. And genuinely, I mean, you could just play more Capture Evildoers. It's just like, yo, boop. This is a 1 mid block with Breaker, you know?
So are we good with Pull No Punches being a 3-of then? Because we never circled back to that.
I'm down. I think that you're going to find Pull No Punches is going to be fucked up good in your character, and you're going to want 4 of it.
Actually, I tell you what, since I'm running 3 new training, make Pull No a 4-of.
It does increase this to 62. I don't know if that matters to you.
I feel comfortable playing a larger deck size and shrinking it. I mean, worst case scenario, we could throw in like keep the ratios decent by throwing in like a 3rd Valiant Assault. Maybe.
Sure. This is fine.
Yeah. That keeps my ratios how I like them. That looks chill. I may end up cutting that Valiant back down to 20 attacks.
Sure.
We'll see. But
that's fine. This is technically book, right? 2163. And you have things like Valiant. So like there it is.
I think I am comfortable with this.
Yeah. I'm in. This is a cool list.
I'm good. Oh, it's a cool list. He says trying to salvage this deck doc at the end.
I mean, this is like there's the idea of like what does the good symbol punch package look like in set 4? And this is it. I think there's like 4% of the cards that I think that we're looking at differently, right? Like I don't think you need Specialist of Sound. I still think that things like Bewildered are like just as cool. I am not a new training method head. I would play 4 Lost in Thought. I'm sure there's another mid that we could look at, right? I like note taking at like a 1 or a 2 of. I don't know what Determined looks like with like your symbols. It probably is bad because of like air chaos. But if you had like if you had all good, like it'd be nuts, right?
And Determined, I also think like its stock does go up significantly if like we're in a format where people are going into deadlock a lot, because like it does just say if you have one of these on board plus 3 damage, you have this and Pull No Punches, you're getting 2 speed, stun 1, and 3 damage on every attack. Like that sounds really good, but I don't know if we're in that format right now. I'm gonna just have to kind of see. Right now, it looks like everyone's gonna be playing that good Jiro and Tokoyami stuff. So.
Until they see my Dobby 2 list.
I'm not Dobby 2 pilled. I'm sorry.
Me neither. I think he's neat, but I don't think he's great. I'm just doing something silly with him. Doing something that we haven't seen yet.
And being cool is more important than being good.
True. That's how you get YouTube videos. Just going through foundations just one more time.
This has been such a stable and well-reasoned deck doc. I think it will go great on YouTube. I mean, I think people have been clamoring for the Tam deck doc.
They certainly have. I love that I got the jank Mirio.
You didn't even get the good one.
No, you don't need it. Going back through. Just to make sure.
This is list Tam finally needs to push him over the top. True.
Oh. Okay. I feel good.
I like it. I like where it's at.
I
think you're crazy for some of your decisions, but I like where it's at.
I'm just telling you what I've had success with.
No, I know.
Yeah. All right, dude. We'll stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you the list, and you have a good rest of your night, okay?
Of course, man.
All right, we'll see you.
You know if you're going to be playing any games tonight?
I will be. Yeah, I think this is my last deck doctor, unless somebody wants to jump in the queue right now. Yeah, then I'm down to play some games. All right. Bye.